All right, STN, here we are. We do have our guest in the background, Jami Stout. Let me run that intro and we'll be on with it.
Okay, folks, welcome back to the STN room. I am super excited to introduce a new segment. Couldn't be more relevant today. Capital in Capital. We are going to be talking about the markets with Jami Stout. Jami, how you doing this morning?
Hello. Thanks for having me on, Joel.
All right, an industry expert. We'll let you more on the financial marketing end of things. Give us a quick background, and then
Yeah,
I know you got a lot you want to share with us.
right. So essentially, I've been in the background in the financial publishing industry for the past 12 years or so, primarily in the biz dev side. So I'm not really in front of the curtain, someone you would know, but I've been in industry for a long, long time. And that's how I got to know Joel. And past that, I'm also very interested in politics, follow quite closely. And I'm so interested in the intersection between essentially the politics and how it really affects portfolios, right? Because we all have seen the craziness the past, year, around a year. Um, so, past that, essentially, I had sold a company. And a few weeks ago, I was talking to Joel, and he mentioned he really wanted to bring more content to you all. And he was telling me how great your chat is, like always super lively, and how great the group is. And I, being 38 years old, was like, well, I just sold my company. I need something to do. And he mentioned, he said, just like put together a show, pitch it to me, and if we like it, we'll have you on as a guest. So that's where I'm at. Capital to Capital is essentially really focused around, like I said, how politics, policies, whether it be, a true social post at 3 o'clock in the morning, or an X post or an actual policy, affects your portfolios. And that's essentially the grand scheme that I came up with. I think it's extremely interesting, especially like Joel said, it's extremely relevant today. And what I'm going to do, this is what I put together, guys. You're going to have to let me know if you like it or not in the chat. And as we go on, and after this, if you like what I did, if you think it's valuable entertainment, email Joel, harass him until he lets me back on. So that's your job. Harass Joel and Brent. And
Dennis, too. Wait
then
till I unleash Dennis on you. But so talk about you went into a little bit on your concept here.
So here's how I broke it down. We're gonna have a few stories. Um, I'll give you a little breakdown on the stories, and going to ask you a couple questions. Joel, you're my first victim. Overall, like later on, assuming we continue the show, we will have politicians and other, investors, traders, commentators, different, folks with different financial podcasts on to interview. But for right now, Joel, sorry. I saw that you gave Dennis a quiz this morning, right? Was that it? So this is your quiz. I'm gonna throw you a few questions. So we'll do each story, then we're going to do a little segment after each story called Trade or Trash. And
Okay.
you, right now, the guest, is gonna let us know and let all viewers know, is this something to take action on? Is this actionable policy or post or whatever? Or is it something to wait on? Trade or trash? How's that sound?
Uh, uh, we're rolling right along. The chat is loving this. We're off to a great start.
All right. First, let's do government shutdown. Today is day 27 of the government shutdown. And for a little historical context here, 2018-19 shutdown lasted for about 35 days, I believe. And I think it cost about $11 billion. So they're saying, the analysts are saying for this shutdown, it's up to 15 billion per week. So, it's trimming about 0.1% off GDP each week in the fourth quarter, at least. So it's kind of obviously a massive deal. Treasuries are rallying as investors are really seeking that safe haven. And so first off, I would like to see, what is your take, Joel, and at what point
trash.
What's your take? And we're not doing trade or trash yet. I'm really curious. Like, what do you think will happen if this extends too much longer? So say, if it extends to 45 days, what does that look like for trader?
Okay. Well, first of all, I'll give you the observation of what the market thinks,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't care. Okay. The price action, everything that's going on right now, it says the market doesn't care. Um, but I think obviously, I mean, there's going to be hits to GDP. There's going to be hits to, different sectors of the economy that's going to show up. I mean, and will they? I mean, is it too early to start? Uh, we're going to Q3 earnings season. It's not like tariffs because it's still kind of new, but I mean, there is a point where the government shutdown and the services and the goods, it's gonna have a negative impact on the economy.
Absolutely.
Know, yeah, how long this is gonna go on.
You think about the
It's
flow
sure
moving in the short
price action.
treasuries.
I'm sorry?
The flow now, like moving into the short-term treasuries, consumer staples, we have seen like an uptick flow with that. So do you think that is more just short-term play? Is that what you're saying?
I think that the market's not gonna care about it until you start hearing from the companies that there's a material impact from earnings and from GDP. So that's, I think you got mega cap, 7, or, a lot of those big earnings reports right now. I don't think they're gonna be affected by it, but I think eventually, I mean, the longer that it takes to get this resolved, I think the more chance negative impact on the
Right.
economy.
Well, I'm with you. I greatly agree on that. So if we move to this trade or trash, I'm assuming I'm already going to guess you're saying, trash. But I added a little, threw a stick in your way here. Gold surged about 4% as the U.S. government shutdown drags on. Safe haven trade or overbought gold.
It's definitely the longer term trend in gold has been up, right? And this is a significant retracement in it. I am not at the point now to say that there's not been enough price action for me to say, okay, it's an all out bear market in the gold. It's been a safe haven. I think there's still a lot of things that can go wrong, with the China negotiations, with a lot of the macro out there. So for me, the long term trend is still intact, and if just perhaps another buy the dip opportunity. So that's right now. That's looking at the gold market.
I've seen like a lot of trimming risk, especially in tech, as you guys mentioned this morning. So yeah, cool. Great. Well, there you have it, guys. That's Joel's take. Let's move on to the U.S. sanctions on Russia's oil giants. So they hit Rosneft, Lukoil pretty hard with sanctions. What we've seen, investors are moving from like airlines, for example, to energy. So a lot of the energy ETFs, especially, are up. Delta Airlines, United Airlines, those are all down right now. Let me see. As far as geopolitical risk premiums, they're now, from what I've seen, being priced into the oil markets. So number one, I would ask you, what do you think? Do you think this is short term, or if the sanctions are reversed, it'll immediately go back and the premiums will be gone? Or what would you say?
Oil's been looking for a catalyst for a long time in the oil stocks. And it's really the appetite, for, the market. Does the market, are they looking for yield? Are they looking for value? And yeah, there has been, but still, I mean, it's been the mega cap 7. I don't think that these sanctions, I think oil's been in the trading range. I think these stocks have been in the trading range. I don't think they're going to be, quickly reverse. I just think that If you're looking for some yield, yeah, these stocks have a catalyst right now. But I think if you're looking to, get rich on, Chevron or Exxon or these stocks, I just think the long term trend in oil is a trading range and consolidation. I think overall there's going to be less. I'm not saying everyone's going to be driving EVs or whatever. I think there's going to be other forms of energy that you're seeing right now. I mean, you can't really power a car with nuclear, but I just it's a short term catalyst, and you're getting a bump in some of these stocks. But I think it just depends what your appetite is. Is it for value? And that's what the market right now. It's there a little bit, but the market's still hot for tech.
So if the risk premium sticks, does it start feeding into other parts of the economy, like inflation, transportation costs, for example, like we're already seeing with airlines, even before I'm assuming right now, like the supply chain hasn't really tightened quite yet, but even before that, do you think we start seeing it feed into other parts of the economy?
If you see extended higher oil prices, for, going on for, if it gets back to 75, 80, or, crude getting, back up to these levels, sure, it's going to have a negative impact. I mean, from people's pocketbook, right? Spending more money at the pump. Inflation. I mean, oil is a big part of inflation, right? It's hard to, ignore that. But like the weakening dollar and just other things going on right now, a lot of old, lower prices in some of the commodities. I mean, of course, there's some of the exceptions. But yeah, I mean, over the course of time, if oil stays at at elevated levels, over a period of time, it's
Right.
going to put pressure on people's pocketbook. It's going to put pressure, at the pump,
Across
not
the
going
board.
out to eat as much and things like that. But we've seen these moves in crude before. It's just can they? It's got the catalyst here. Can it stay at these elevated levels, or will it just maintain its long term trading range?
So trade or trash, Joel?
Well, I won't trash the oil stocks, but I don't. I'm not. I'm not adding them to my portfolio. So if that makes them trash, that's trash. They're not attracting that money. I'm not looking at that. So if you want trade or trash, they're trash.
Trash. All right, we'll move on to the Canada. Oh, Canada. I live in Minnesota, so I'm basically neighbors with Canada. I have a lot of Canadian friends. It's been a very interesting, 6 months or so. So President Trump recently announced 10% increase in tariffs on Canadian imports. Prime Minister Carney is not having it. He says Canada will double non-U.S. Exports. So do you think this is primarily short-term sentiment move as far as I can see? And who knows, the tariffs have been, on, off. It changes so quickly, it's really hard to even put some of this together. What do you think that this means for traders at all, or if anything? Or, is this just something that keep an eye on and hopefully let us update you? What do you think?
I think that well, first of all, everyone that freaked out about these initial tariffs and everything and thought Canada was going to hell in a handbasket, the charts have indicated the exact opposite. If you look at the Canadian ETF, I think what the end result of a lot of these tariffs and what he's doing with Canada and some of these other countries is that Canada's going to look for other trade partners. Of course, they still need the United States. We still do a lot of business together, but the longer that this persists, they're going to expand relationships, whether Trump likes it or not. So it's actually in the long run is going to be helping them. In the short term, it's very bad. They have, other things to worry about in their country, is, the housing sector and stuff. But, right now, I mean, running ads or not running ads, I mean, it's forcing them to, diversify their economy, and
Right.
look for other trading partners. So, um, trade. I mean, I certainly wouldn't call it. I don't know. Is this still trade or trash, or is this?
Well, those
Yeah.
Joel,
I
for the program, sir. We talk about it. I may ask you a few questions. When we get to trade or trash, I will say trade or
Trade or trash. Okay. I really think that the trend has been strong, and I think, the banks, which are a big part of the Canadian economy, also oil perking out as a big part of the Canadian economy. The commodities, the gold, and everything. I mean, they got, besides Trump picking on them, you know what? They're
Don't get me started. Elbows up, Canada. Come on. Seriously. It's crazy. So, I mean, like Forex traders, obviously, they have short-term opportunities, but otherwise, you're saying trash for now. Well, actually, I skipped ahead. Wait, trader trash, Joel. You're saying trash, essentially.
for the sanctions and everything. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, great. Well, to be, I mean, that's really what I have put together for you today.
Okay.
Than telling everyone, remember, harass these guys as much as possible. If you want to see me back, bring other great guests. Like I said, other politicians, commentators, pundits, whatever. We're going to come talk about all the politics, which is always fun, how they affect your portfolio, and annoy Joel a little bit, which, as you can tell, I enjoy doing. Because he picks on Dennis and Brent all the time. So he needs someone to kind of give him a rough time as well.
Well,
So,
I do have a wife and 2 daughters, so,
well, okay, that's fair. So you're used to it. So I should lay it on thicker, right?
Yep,
All right.
yep.
More
We,
pop
someone's asking, Dennis, did you wanna hop on, or you just lurking in the background there?
happy
I
anniversary.
can hop on here. I've been listening the whole time, Jamie. Pleasure to
Get
meet
her,
you.
get her, get her.
Yeah, no, and get her. No, we don't get Jamie. We get Joel. That's what we do.
I saw you pick on Dennis this morning, and I was like, Joel, like I was thinking I should give him a pop quiz. I did it.
I loved it. I was in the other room. I know you can't see the chat in the other room, but we were laughing about it because I'm like, yes, this is what we need. Pick on Joel a little bit more.
Yes.
We've been picking on Joel here in the background because he's got his camera tilted and I can't see half your face.
What's
He
going on
doesn't
with
read.
that?
So we have this whole chat, producer chat in the side, but Joel fails to read the producer chat. And me and Joel are like, tilt your camera down, Joel. Tilt your camera down, Joel.
Why do you guys do that?
Yeah,
Well,
so you got it.
Appreciate I know Joel a little bit better because I've had obviously conversations with him. He just seems someone that's easy to pick on. For me personally, no offense, Joel, I just mean, you pick on everybody else. I saw you pick on Dennis this morning, so I was like, you know what,
Green light,
saw
go.
the report that you wrote your senior year of high school about the 29 market crash, which was pretty excellent. So I don't think I could have done that as a senior in high school. So I had to give you a little bit of props for that.
Okay, Jamie, are you on Twitter at all?
I'm not, but now I have to be, huh?
Yeah, we got to put you on Twitter for sure because I was trying to hunt you down in the background here too, and it's like I can't find her. So
No,
yeah, we'll get you on Twitter. We're
I
big
think
tweeters.
Here's the thing is that I'm a millennial technically, and for whatever reason, I did the Facebook and Instagram, and past that, pretty much stayed off the rest of social media. So I will make a Twitter, an X, whatever, so that
We call it Twitter forever.
Twitter. Yeah. Like, what do you call it? An X post? An X post? Like, is it? It's a tweet.
It's a tweet. It's a tweet. It's forever going to be a tweet. We're not going to forget about we're always going to call it Twitter. Jamie, it was excellent. It was a lot of fun. I mean, we had a lot of fun having you here. So we want to definitely have you back on again. So I'll bug Joel for you to try to make sure we get you back on here soon. We want to get more of your perspective too, because it was fun how you were interviewing Joel. I like the segments too. Trade or trash, not a bad idea either.
Well, the idea to have other folks on that, because I'm not a professional trader. Like I said, I've been in the background for the most of my career, but I've always, I have had, over a decade of experience in the finance industry and I'm also heavy into politics. So this seemed like a very interesting, valuable, hopefully entertaining, me picking on Joel and all the other guests that are
Love
going.
it.
Trust me, I don't have much of a filter when it comes to politics, especially. So I'm excited to interview different guests as well and get their take.
Well, we need help on that front too. So, Jami, loved it here. We'll have you back on soon here. We'll figure out, some more, think of some more segments for us as well. Because we're excited to, obviously continue to build content, not only for our room, but, to build public content as well. So we'll be in touch with you as well on all that as too. So, Jami, it was great though. Loved having you. Loved the fun. It's always fun. So you're a lot of fun.
Thanks. All right.
Yeah.
Finish, Joel. I guess I will exit if you'd like, or I can hang out. You
can hang out. We're going to end the stream here. So hang out for a second. We'll talk to you for a couple seconds. We'll put you off the air here. So STN, we will be back 3:30 now. Joel, I believe 3:30.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll be back with you guys at 3:30. So we got a little bit of hole in our content here for a little bit. Back with you guys at 3:30 for the closing trades. We'll have lots of good ones for you. And we'll talk with Jami for a bit. So thanks, STN. We'll see you at 3:30.
See ya.